here. Yo! What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Saturday Q&A. Move some things around here. We're actually going to be going a little short today because I have my sister in town. So I'm going to be doing kind of a shorter stream this Saturday, but I didn't want to bail on you guys. Still wanted to be here for a little bit, answer some questions, shoot the stuff, you know, shoot the bleep. We can't swear on YouTube anymore. Oh well. Let's get some comments going. Let's see who shows up. We have some regulars. Kentucky Man 30, certified T3 bot, may contain bleach, certified T3 bot, LSAV, flow, export. He says, greetings from Switzerland. Oh, what's going on? We got Switzerland in the house. Mr. Shinobi in the building. Justin Yancey, certified T3 bot. Slicey Dicey, certified T3 bot. Mike Westby, certified T3 bot. Chris Cord says, boom. Kyle Moniz says, wrist check. We have Apurv from India. Justin is from Memphis, he says. How's everybody doing? Jeff says, howdy from West Texas. Lilian Botis says, Seiko for life. You guys might be very happy to know I'm currently wearing a Seiko. Mike Westby says, Fresno in the building. Paul O'Shea from rainy England. Let's talk about bracelets, Steven says. Carl Seaburn says, yo, it's jewelry time. You already know. Oh, I gave you guys a little sneak peek of what I'm wearing. If someone can guess what I'm wearing, just from this angle, I will be so impressed. So one of my avid viewers has to be able to guess what I'm wearing just from this angle. I would be so impressed. EM says Netherlands in the house. Victor Cook says morning from Brazil. Fortis, excuse me, Fortis. I was thinking of the watchmaker. Says greetings from Greece. Michael, it's not the Pro Pilot. I'll give you guys another guess. Just from this angle. It's not a Seiko Solar, although I could. Ooh, Pablo! Pablo says baby tuna. He got it. I'm wearing a baby tuna, but we're not going to do a wristwatch check just yet. Oh, Chris Colt says, greetings from the Deutschland. Oh, the Deutschland is the beauty. I wish I was wearing a German watch, but I'm not. I'm wearing a Japanese watch. Dean, certified T3 bot says, good morning. Rant license renewed. You know, Dean is one of my T3 bots. He's an avid viewer. I consider Dean a friend at this point. Every week we have an agreement. He has to give me the green light for a rant. We kind of just have a steady renewal of the license just so we can keep things nice and kosher. By the way, guys, what are you sipping on? Connie got me a dragon drink. Have you ever had a dragon drink from Starbucks? It is incredible. I think it's one of my favorite drinks from Starbucks, I should say. You know, I like their espresso blend a whole lot. But this dragon drink, it's funny, it's not even sunny out. I was going to be like, oh, when it's a nice day out, it's fun to have a fruity drink. It's actually gloomy. Los Angeles has been nice and gloomy lately for like 2 months. But this dragon drink, boy, does it brighten your day. It's delicious. Mike Powell says it's raining in Chicago. Bad Matt says, battle gym time! Heck yeah. Okay. So we're getting into questions, by the way. So Samuel asks me what my favorite breguet is, and I do have a favorite breguet, and it would have to be one of the classique lines in white gold. I'm gonna give you the exact reference number. Guys, comment in the comment section. What would be your favorite breguet? Would it be one of their chronographs, like their Type 20s, or would it be something like me, where it's one of their more classic or classique dress watches? I'm going to try to find a link for you guys to take a look at the exact one that I'm talking about. Here it is. I've found it. Can we get a link? Jeez, what is going on here? real quick. Sorry, guys. Give me a second to get this link going for you guys. By the way, I am not affiliated. You know what? Maybe I can find a better image. So if one of my moderators is here, it's reference number 5907, and it's the white gold variant. But give me 1 second to formulate a link for you guys so you guys can actually see it in all of its glory. Because I want to show you a good picture of it. Gosh, this is not easy to find. 1 second, guys. All right, I'm just going to link you to the Tano website because whatever. There we go. I have a link. All right, so my favorite is, if you guys click that link, I've posted it. It is one of the manual wind white gold guilloche dial small seconds classique variants. And they also do make it in rose gold, I believe. But it is just, I think, one of the simplest iterations of the classique. You know, they have some really nice asymmetrical dials, but I just, just something very simple. And that small seconds just looks gorgeous. And it actually has a really, really nice display case back. SoCal Watch Reviews is here. Bad Matt says, Link has been summoned. It's only a matter of time in the battle, Jim. Lee says, well done, mate. What's going on? Lee Bishop is here. Bad Matt. T3, if you're all about apple cider vinegar, try chamomile tea. 1 tablespoon of ACV, some cinnamon, a drop of stevia. Super tasty like apple cider. I actually love apple cider. Being from New Hampshire, we have the best apple cider. Jay Anderson says, hey man, it's been ages. Finally been able to catch your stream. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a shorter one today, guys. Only because I do have my sister in town. And so I'm going to hang out with her because she doesn't often come by these parts. Yeah, good question with the Breguet, though. We have some people saying that the Breguet Marine Dual Time, the 58, 57. You know, Breguet, I still do believe is an underrated watchmaker. Even though they've been around forever, they're one of the oldest watchmakers. They're kind of underrated by today's standards, in my opinion. By the way, Slicey, I don't know if you saw, I gave you a big ol' shout out on my latest episode with the Tiffany dial. I don't know if you saw that, Slicey, but Slicey, you got a huge shout out. Gato even put your channel like on screen. I was like, dang, Gato. What's my opinion? Okay, so Galdino asks my opinion on Omega Seamasters. So here's my opinion on Omega Seamasters. Johan says, wristwatch check. We will do a wristwatch check. We just broke past 100 viewers. They've made so many. Like, that's the issue. If you ask me my opinion on the Omega Seamaster, it's like, okay, which one? Because they've made them from like the 40s till now. So which? And then that brings up the bigger issue that Omega has made too many variants of every iteration of every watch that they've made. Like Speedmaster, Seamaster, Constellation, DeVille. They've made thousands of different iterations of each variant, and so it's like, which one? But yeah, heck yeah, Slicey. Just figured that I'd shout you out. There was another, wristwatch check. Johan Sigfridsson reminded me. Today I am wearing one of my all-time favorite watches. Look at that flat crystal, dude. One of my all-time favorite watches, which is my SRP 641 Baby Tuna. This is one of my all-time favorite divers. Look, it's so dynamic with the gold tone indexes, matte case, matte dial, big, huge applied. Lumibrite Lume bricks on the dial, essentially. There's like some gold tones, but it's not so much that it's like icky. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Love this watch. Carl Seaburn. Jory, if you had a choice between Rolex, Omega, and Breitling, which would be your go-to brand? So this is going to get me in trouble. I actually just made a Breitling episode, by the way. Is your tuna solar charge? No, this is automatic. I like each of these companies. And for my longtime viewers, you know that I own watches from each one of these companies. Rolex, Omega, and Breitling. Omega is putting out more modern stuff that I like. At this point in time, Omega is putting out more modern stuff that I like. When we're talking about complications, Breitling is super duper interesting, right? That new pistachio chronograph, they're just crushing it. But Breitling's value is also tanking because they're releasing things that are kind of weird, like that new, that reissue UTC module watch, which is disgusting. But overall, if I were to answer Rolex, Omega, or Breitling, I would pick Rolex. And I know it's going to upset a lot of people, but it is what it is. If we look at these brands and we look at my collection, I own 5 Rolexes. I currently own 1 Omega and 1 Breitling. So I'm just being honest here. Now, we just hit 10 minutes. So what we want to do is every time we go through the first 10 minutes, I just want to take a break because we have the majority of people here. And let's just give a good wave, because there's a couple thousand people that watch the playback of this broadcast. Not everybody can be here during the live stream. So I just want to say hello to everyone hanging out. Maybe you're watching it on Sunday night after dinner. Maybe you're watching it, you just missed it. You showed up at the end of the live stream and now you gotta go back to the beginning. We just gotta say hello to all you guys, because don't worry. All right, I understand. It's a normal thing. We do the live stream around 11:30 a.m. Pacific every single Saturday. And I understand you know that it's like an every week thing. And I understand that I tell you guys and I remind you guys. But I understand, I work on the weekends, T3. I have kids. I have family obligations. I can't be there. Don't worry. We're going to be here hanging out with you whenever you care to watch us, all right? Because there's over 100 people here. We're going to get the conversation going. We're going to get some good questions. I'm going to try to answer them. We're going to have a fun time. And you guys can enjoy this whenever you so choose. But don't worry, we're going to wake up and do the dirty work so you can hang out later and be comfortable. So we just want to say hello because we love you and we see you. Back to the live stream. Marquez with the super chat says, do you know Orient Brazilian domestic market? There are some amazing divers. I don't know specifically, but I do know that Seiko Epson Corporation does have regional releases. So if you have a link to one that I could take a look at, that would be awesome. But, I'm not aware of every country's release. But that's awesome to hear that I guess Orient is releasing some really cool Brazilian-specific stuff. But yeah, pretty much Seiko Epson, and it's not relegated to them, but Seiko Epson Corporation with their various, Seiko, Seiko 5, Orient, they do like to do regional releases. I know they do like regional releases in Thailand and in Singapore, in Europe, and I guess there's some in various parts of South America as well. JT says, hi T3, got a Boulder Venture recently. Thank you for the recommendation. It's great. Absolutely love that watch. Again, it's like a modern take on a classic field watch. It's sub 40 millimeters, no complications, titanium, automatic. It's just a badass field watch. And some really good lume as well. DRC says, hey, from Cape Breton. Just got my 3rd G-Shock. Will you put your Mudmaster on? I don't have it here in the office with me today, but maybe next live stream, if you guys remind me, I will wear my Mudmaster on during the live stream. But Mazel tov on your third G-Shock. It is a terrible addiction. Ronaldo Yovera with the super chat says, what brand do you think makes the best modern day version of their vintage watches? Really good question. I would have to say Bulova. I know, out of left field, right? Bulova is crushing it. Just take a look at the Joseph Bulova collection, all right? The Joseph Bulova collection is easily the best take on a vintage iteration. It's gorgeous with the tonneau shape, the round shape, the tanks that they're offering. The Joseph A. Bulova collection is probably one of the best releases that Boulder has done in the last 5 years. And when you take a look at, they're also making the Bulova Lunar Pilot, right? Which is one of their vintage watches. They've been making it forever. So, yeah, I would say Bulova with their, solely because of the Bulova Lunar Pilot and the Joseph Bulova collection. We have another super chat from A Piece Unique. Tissot versus Hamilton and why? Very, very good question. I would have to say Hamilton. Tissot, okay, and here's why. Vintage Tissot is incredible. Tissot also has some really cool watches in their heritage collection. They have, like, for instance, the Heritage 1948 chronograph is amazing. They also have some really incredible modern watches, like their Tissot Le Locle Powermatic 80. Those are incredible. And they have some really cool new releases with the PRX or whatever. So they're doing some things now. However, Hamilton has been consistently incredible from vintage times all the way up to modern times. Like, Hamilton never stopped making incredible watches, whereas vintage Tissot was really good, and then like mid 80s to like 2010 Tissot was like garbage. And just recently they started up their heritage collection, making some really cool watches again. So I have to go with Hamilton. I understand I'm kind of biased because I've owned multiple Hamiltons. However, it's that Hamilton has consistently made very good watches all throughout that time. So whether you pick up a vintage one or a modern one from pretty much any era, it's going to be a great Hamilton. Almighty Ohm says, nice call on the Bulova. Mike Kalustian, certified T3 Bot, says Timex or Bulova. I would go Bulova, again, because of the Bulova Lunar Pilot. But Timex does make some incredible reissues now. Mike Kalustian says he's got to run to his daughter's music lessons. Have a great one. Well, I'll probably see you tomorrow, actually. William Rizzo says, hey, Jory, Florida Keys, checking in, baby. Reading comments, guys, by the way. Kyle says wrist check for the chat. We do a wrist check every time we hit 100 viewers, but here we go. I'm wearing a Seiko Tuna SRP 641. One of the best Seiko divers, in my humble opinion. Almighty Ohm says Citizen is killing it as well. Greg Gainoto says, T3, love the episode on underappreciated watch brands. Totally agree, especially Damasco. Yeah, the thing is that, like, I get that when we look at companies like Damasco, it might not be in people's... It might not be in a lot of people's wheelhouses purely because a lot of their watches are like straight up tools, right? Like me. No, I'm serious. Like, Damasco purely makes watches that are meant to be abused. Whether it be their pilots' watches, their divers, their pilot chronographs, they make like really, really tough watches. And so for someone who's not interested in like dedicated tool watches, I understand why Damasco might not be on their like radar. However, I think it really should be. I think the biggest problem it's hard to say, man. The biggest issue in that episode is that like I really do believe Glasuta Original should be easily like one of the top watchmakers. Truly. I think Glasuta is ridiculous. I don't know when they're gonna get more brand equity. I don't know if they want more brand equity. Yeah, it's crazy. Dupont says worst G-Shock ever. That's actually a pretty easy answer, and it's anything from the Metal G series, the G Steel. I mean, sorry, any G Steel has to be the worst G-Shocks. Now, out of that specifically, let's take a look. Oh gosh. See, all these G Steel watches are like terrible, like Hublot knockoffs. I just really do not like them. So probably any G Steel. Now, who knows? I might get one and review it on the channel and realize I really like it, but for just purely from like here, like looking at it, it's just okay. You want to know my least favorite? The GST. Here, I'm just gonna link it. This has got to be one of the worst G-Shocks ever. Disgusting. Jordan, certified dealer, says Hublot knockoff. Such a brutal dunk. Ronaldo says if you had 150,000, you could buy any car except Porsche, what would it be? I know you love your Porsches. If I had 150,000. It's a really good question. I would probably import a 190e Cosworth Evo by Mercedes. So Jordan says, praise me for making it to live. Jordan, I've missed you. Where the heck have you been? I feel like for the last 3 weeks you have not been active on the live streams. But congrats on twinning with me. Beard, shaved head combo. Love it! So if I had 150,000 just to blow on a car that wasn't a Porsche, I would probably import. I've been busy writing a novel. No big deal here. Just writing a novel. Yeah, I would probably import a 190e Cosworth Evo 2. And the only places you can get them are outside the US because we never got them in the US. And for 150K you could do that. You could get one. So I would do that. Some great questions today, guys. I'm impressed. Gmood says with the super chat, new to the hobby, why do people crap on Tag making $2,000 quartz, but not Grand Seiko making $6,000 precision quartz? Well, I think the interesting thing is you kind of answered your question right there, is that Tag is selling a $2,000 quartz, but Grand Seiko making a precision quartz. You have to look at what they're actually offering, right? Grand Seiko spends a lot more time, so each Grand Seiko spends a lot more time in the hands of an actual human, where Tag is mass assembled, right? So we have to look at what they're, so typically any commodity, right? But we're talking about watches. Typically anything that is spent more time, that has spent more time in a human's hands is going to cost more money than something that doesn't. This is the big argument within watches. Why does this watch cost more than this watch? Well, it's because the first watch, that's more expensive, has typically spent more time in a human's hands, right? Assembling it, finishing it. That's what Grand Seiko does best. Other companies that are much more expensive than Grand Seiko don't have Grand Seiko level finishing. It's because they don't take the time that Grand Seiko does with their watches. So you're still getting actually a ton of value with these more expensive Grand Seikos. Now when we're talking about quartz, Grand Seiko's high precision, high finished, decorated quartz movements are not these mass-produced kind of, dare I say, rubbish movements that you find in a tag. So when Tag Heuer is charging upwards of $1,400 for a quartz diver, their Aqua Racer, excuse me, it's kind of very, very difficult to wrap your head around. So for instance, I thought I was wearing it because I was wearing a tuna, but this is a baby tuna. My tuna has a Seiko 7C46 high torque quartz movement. Most of the components are metal, it's serviceable, it has a ton of regulation properties and mitigation properties in that movement. That's a movement that they developed specifically for a purpose, and it's a movement that you really only find in a tuna. That quartz watch costs over $1,300. This is a pretty penny to pay when you're looking at just if you reduce it down to just a battery-powered watch, right? Once you learn more about that watch and the movement and all the properties and mitigation that this movement has, you realize, oh, I get it. Can a moderator... Okay. Sorry, bro. Ale, you just got banned, bro, for spamming the comment section. I guess we don't have moderators here right now. Sorry about that. So, yes, if it's a quartz movement, we have to look at what else they're offering. And not all quartz movements are created equal. Not all automatic movements are created equal. Not all watches are created equal. We just have to look at them on a watch-to-watch basis. But great question. Little bit of a rant there. May contain bleach. Certified T3 bot with a super chat says, "Hi Jory, hope you're having a good day." Thanks, brother. To you as well. Have you talked about Seiko Land Tortoise with the compass bezel? Was curious about what you thought about those watches. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this Land Tortoise. Yes. I have not spoken about these on the channel. And here's what frustrates me about these two watches, is that normally whenever a watch is released in olive drab, I always get the olive drab variant, because olive drab is like my favorite color, right? The issue is that it was also released with a blue dial variant. There's actually 4 variants released. There was a black dial, there was like a kind of bronze cased burgundy dial, blue dial, and olive drab. The two I would get are the blue and the kind of burgundy. But normally, when a company releases a watch in olive drab, I get the olive drab, because it's just that kind of muted tone is my favorite. However, the dial on that olive drab is disgusting. But may contain bleach. It's going to wear like a turtle, obviously, right? I would personally get the kind of burgundy because I like that kind of warmer tone. If you don't like that kind of, I believe it's the SRPG. SRPG 13. Can someone verify that? I'll verify it. SRPG 13. Yes, the SRPG 13 is their reference number. I would get the burgundy one. Awesome. So, yeah, that's what I would do. We have a couple super chats. Excuse me. But very cool watches with the Land Tortoise. Kentucky Man 30 with the super chat says, having a real hard time choosing between the Grand Seiko SBG R261 or the SBG M221 and the SBG W231. I'm getting one of those three, I just can't decide. 1016 fund, baby. Thank you so much for the 1016 fund, guys. Again, all the super chats are going directly into my 1016 fund so I can one day get a Rolex 1016. I would get the SBG M221. That cream dial, that like ivory-esque off-white dial with the GMT complication and the Zaratsu finishing on the hands and the indexes, you want that. You want that, especially with that gorgeous... Dude, the factory strap on that watch is incredible. Jordan. Oh, wait, these are going towards a Rolex. Give me my money back. Jordan, send me a link to your book and I'll promote it here. It's a fair trade, right? Dude, the SBGM 221. That, again, Kentucky Man... Whenever people ask me which watch they should get, and it's happened since the dawn of time, since the dawn of me having this channel. That's like the number one question. Which watch should I get? I can't ever do it because I can only tell you what I would pick, right? And for me, it's full disclosure, I'm biased. The SBGM 221 I was about to purchase at the Grand Seiko Boutique, but then the J14070 came up at auction and I purchased one. So all my funds went to that first generation Grand Seiko. Now, if I were to sell that Grand Seiko and I wanted another one, I would probably get the SBGM 221. GMT complication, off-white cream dial, Zaratsu finishing on the handset and on the indexes, super duper sharp. And it would be a GMT watch. So if you don't have a mechanical GMT watch, then you would have one. Bad Matt says 10 for the 1016. Thank you so much, Bad. Yeah. Bryson says for the 1016. Thank you guys so much. Oh, we have a link. Hold on. Let me copy this link. Okay, Jordan, one of my avid supporters, hope that link works. Does it work? One of my avid supporters, I guess, has a book, Hot Singles. He's a great guy. He's super duper funny. He's really witty, and he's just a great supporter of the channel. And all my T3 bots can attest he's a great guy. So if you click that link, check out his stuff, and tell him the Time Teller sent you. But seriously, check him out. Support him. Great dude. And he supports everything I do here. Slicey Dicey, Certified T3 Bot says, I bet it tells the time very aggressively and complains that you asked. Wait, what are we talking about here? Do I like two-tone Rolexes, Yuki? Yes, I do. It depends on the watch, obviously. Hi. Turtle. One of my kitty cats is yelling for me. But for the most part, yes, I do. You know, for instance, the bluesy, one of my favorites. If not a 1016, you know, a bluesy would be something I would like to add to my collection. For those of you that don't know the slang, the bluesy is the blue bezel, blue dial, yellow gold steel Submariner. And I don't know why. That's like a CEO watch in my mind. Like, it's very 1980s CEO with the white collar, blue Oxford. Do you know what I mean? So that would be something I would definitely add. So two-tone watches, yeah. And we got my dad a two-tone Rolex 1500 date with the black dial, gorgeous watch. I've made an episode comparing my Rolex 1500 and his Rolex 1500. So if one of my moderators can find that episode, if you want to see that two-tone Rolex up close, and if you want to see my baby Turtle, everybody say hello to Turtle. This is my baby Turtle. She's a calico cat. She's got a big belly. She's just 8. Look at this belly. Look at this belly. Guys, can we just appreciate this belly here? Look at this. Did you just have breakfast? Oh, you just had brunch. Okay. Well, she's a cutie girl. Look at this little girl. Look at this little girl. What is this belly? Did you just had your brunch? Look at this. Okay. Go have fun. Darko with the super chat says, I bought the snowflake Mazel Tov, dude. I'm kind of jelly. Looks so good on the wrist. It looks 10 times better in person. Is spring drive durable like classic automatics? Yes. People always get worried about the spring drive because of it's always going. I've never heard of anyone having an issue with the spring drive complication. The Snowflake is going to be one of those iconic watches in the future, you know? It's one of the watches that executed upon the spring drive the best because the dial is so dynamic. It's definitely going to be a watch I have in the future. There's just other watches I would get before that watch. But boy, do you get a lot of watch for not a ton of money, if I'm totally honest. Like, you can get them for under $5,000. And that's a huge amount of watch. So Mazel Tov, wear it in good health. That's a badass watch. Slicey Dicey says, fat belly cats for the win. Turtle's got a paunch. David Houston says, Jory, will we ever see another Basel fair? I'm thinking digital shows and perhaps small in-person shows like Dubai are where the trade is headed. So I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I'm a bit of a, I don't know if I can say that I'm like a medium. I'm just a little bit of I might have ESP. I'm going to be honest. A lot of the things can I humble brag for a second? I'm going to dislocate my shoulder, patting myself on the back. A lot of the things that I have hypothesized have come true. And pretty much at the beginning of my channel, which is like near 4 years ago now, I said that Basel World is dying. Okay, Basel World is like not a thing that's going to happen for very much longer. We knew it was an issue when Swatch Group said they wouldn't show up. And then when brands like Seiko and Rolex said that they were having issues with Basel, I was like, okay, well, but who's like, now what's going to happen? Like Panerai will show up to Basel. But then we realized that it's probably not going to happen. And COVID, this episode's going to get flagged because I just said that. That was just the nail in the coffin, right? Almighty says the Joracle. I'm the Joracle. Cheers to that. That is hilarious. Turtle. So yeah, the recent events in 2020 were an absolute nail in the coffin. It was dying before that. They had an excuse to shut it down. Swatch Group wasn't going to show up. Rolex wasn't going to show up. Seiko threatened they weren't going to show up, apparently. So unless you wanted to see, like, Panerai, yeah, it's just good question, but I don't foresee it in the future. I think companies are going to have smaller shows and then, yeah, digital stuff. Basil Fair. Hashtag pesto. Gmod says, cat lover, shout out T3 for rescuing Turtle. Salute! Yep, Turtle and Seiko are Seiko Turtle. Get it? They're playing in the other area. What are you guys doing? The two girls are getting into trouble. Bad Matt, certified T3 bot, says, Jory, what do you think of Watchco Seamaster 300? They assembled them out of OEM Seamaster parts and led to Omega pulling out of parts distribution. Yeah, this has been a big argument on whether or not this is okay, because in the car world, there are restorers, like auto restorers that will do that. They will source OEM parts and just build cars out of those OEM parts. I understand that in the watch world, they want to be much more controlled with these items. I think it's super duper interesting. What are you girls doing? They're on a little exploratory mission, I think. Are you guys solving mysteries? Yeah, it's very interesting. Because on one side, I think, yeah, just let them do it. It's cool. They're just OEM parts. But then, when you think about it, like if it was your business, you wouldn't want someone doing that, right? So I see both sides. Seiko, Turtle, what are you doing? On camera. You guys are solving mysteries over there. Robert now says, I begin to like this channel. Thank you, I guess. So you didn't like it before. Well, I appreciate it. Bad Matt, Certified T-Dot, says they're singing the songs of their people. Jordan says, best cat sounds. Gato, record those and loop them, please. Gato, signal, splice this. Splice this. Oh my god, they are having so much fun. Jordan says, I feel like watch shows is one of the trade shows where physical might actually be better because seeing a watch in person and trying things on is so much different. Yeah, that's true. Like, there are watches that you see in pictures that you really like and then you put them on and you don't like. I've experienced that. There are watches that you see in pictures that you don't like and then you put it on and the more you wear it, you might kind of fall in love with it. But the difficult thing is that, like, there's so much politics in the watch world that certain companies don't want to work with other companies. And then when you get prima donnas, like here's the crazy thing. You'd think the prima donnas would be like Rolex, right? You think the prima donnas would be like the hyper expensive brands like Longa or Vacheron or something. They're not. The prima donnas are like Swatch Group. Isn't that insane? Like, Swatch Group was the biggest prima donna in those shows. They didn't want to work with other companies and this and that and this and that. It's like, Swatch Group, focus on yourself, dude. You have brands that you own that are dying. Like, you have so many companies under your belt that are atrophying because you don't give them, like, the marketing budget. Like, what is happening with Mito? No one in North America knows about Rado. Certina. The only companies you care about here in the US are Omega, maybe Tissot, and Hamilton. I think those are the only three companies. It's like, definitely Omega. That's probably where all their budget goes. Then Hamilton gets a big budget because Hamilton works with all the Hollywood studios, right? And then maybe Tissot, because a lot of Americans know about Tissot. But aside from that, the Swatch Group is just letting a ton of watches just atrophy. It's insane. Dupont with Super Chat says, please rant Europen Black Oak can't link. Can one of my moderators link? I don't know what he's talking about, actually. Can one of my moderators link that so I can see what he's talking about? Peter, Mito, and Rado. Not T. Duh. Mito, Rado. Is Tissot becoming the intro one? I think generally speaking, Tissot has more affordable watches than Hamilton and Omega. Definitely. Absolutely. The Fat Dragon, why do people hate Hublot? I don't know how to say the name. Well, it's Hublot. But if you said Hublot, I wouldn't really care because they're trash. Why do people not like them? I have a few reasons. Actually, if one of my moderators was here, I made an episode about Hublot. But I have a few reasons. You know what? I'm going to write this in my note, actually. Congratulations, dude. I'm going to make this an episode. Why do people hate Hublot? All right, Gato, we're going to make this episode for next week. Okay, here's why. Number one, they overprice their watches, right? Because they did something called price positioning. And in business, you know, there is a phenomenon called price positioning. So it means that you try to put yourself in a certain bracket just based upon the price. So for instance, if I have a product, I'm going to price it very expensively so that hopefully the consumer base sees my product as high end. That's called price positioning. Alternatively, some companies want to put their product very affordably so that the mass public sees their product as more affordable. That's another form of price positioning on both ends. Every company does it, right? Hublot price positioned themselves to be one of the big boys, a luxury brand. Our stuff is expensive. We are luxurious. The watches are trash, essentially. I know people that have purchased Hublot chronographs. They've worn it like a couple times and the chronograph hand has fallen off. I understand these defects, these accidents happen with every company. But the bigger issue is that Hublot, you buy the watches, especially their limited things, and it is nearly impossible in 2021 to sell a Hublot. Nearly impossible. Their prices tank worse than Cartier. See what I did there? Their prices tank worse than Cartier. It's insane to me. Another issue is that Hublot has straight up lied. Okay? Hublot, back in the 2000s, made a huge deal about their in-house movements. Okay, about in-house movements, in-house movements, in-house movements. Ends up, their movements were not in-house. They were modified ETAs, I believe. That is a huge issue. Then they came out with their own big deal in-house movement. And by that point, people were just like, I don't really care. Like, you made a big deal about in-houses and they weren't in-house, and now you have a big in-house movement, and like, it's not like it's like crying wolf. Do you know what I mean? So when you realize that they're not good value, they're overpriced, and they're like disingenuous, I'm just not interested. Jordan has a good point, says, I'm not defending Hublot, but I'd hate to be buying a watch just because it resells well. Yeah, but it's not mutually exclusive, right? I'm not saying to not buy a watch because it doesn't resell well. I own Cartiers, dude. Okay, Bryson, moderator, you are here. Can you link the episode, Your Watches Are Not Worth What You Think They Are? In that episode, I go over the fact that almost in every one of my watches I have lost money on. I only buy watches that I enjoy. I don't care about the resale value. Now, I have gotten lucky with certain things. I have, like for instance, my Explorer 2. It just so happens I purchased that watch and then the prices skyrocketed. My J14070, just so happens I purchased that watch and the prices skyrocketed. My Vacheron, my Reverso, some of my watches I have done well on. But do you think I made money on this baby tuna? Do you think I bought it because of the resale? Like, I just don't ever buy a watch because of the resale value. So Bryson, our beloved moderator has a episode, your watch probably isn't worth what you think it is. Click that episode and you can get my whole opinion on why watches, this is not an investment hobby. You shouldn't be buying watches to invest. What about Jacob & Co.? Well, Bryson, you're going to be working overtime because I actually just, like 2 months ago, made an episode all about Jacob & Co. If someone wants to watch that Jacob & Co. episode, Bryson will link it for you guys. Guys, I buy watches that I personally enjoy. I don't buy watches to impress. Okay, can I offend you guys potentially? Are you guys going to be okay if I say something a little bit harsh? Bryson, our moderator, has the Jacob & Co. episode. Okay, here's the harsh truth. I don't buy watches to impress you guys. I know, it sucks, but I don't. And you'd think I would because, hey, I run a YouTube channel. But the truth is, I don't. I don't buy watches to impress you guys. I don't buy watches to impress other people. I don't even buy watches to impress Connie. I buy watches that just, like, impress myself, that make me happy, that make me grin when I look at them. And the truth is, this is actually better for the channel because when you guys see me excited about a watch, you guys get excited too. That's how, like, humanity works. You guys are here because, like, we're all excited about this passion. It doesn't have to be that, like, oh, I bought this $1 million watch, check this out, aren't I the coolest? No. It's that you guys, if there's one thing that you guys can take away from this channel, it's that, like, buy things that you get excited about. I'm excited about this piece that I'm reviewing. I want you guys to get stuff that makes you guys excited. Like, that's what it is, dude. Like, for instance, I made an episode at the beginning of my channel unboxing my Seiko Tuna, okay, my SPBN 031. That was a big deal watch for me. I've always wanted one. I wasn't always in the position to afford one. I had the money to get one, and I got one, and I unboxed it, and I was so ecstatic. I was so happy about it. And to this day, there's a bunch of people in the comment section of that episode being super mean. Being like, why is this guy excited about a Seiko? How is this stupid kid excited about a quartz watch? Oh, this idiot overpaid for a battery. Oh, this idiot blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude, I literally do not care what you guys think about the watch that I like. I'm just here filming it and being excited about it, and guess what? The vast majority, like 99.9% of the people that watch my channel are also excited because they're not psychos. They don't just come to my channel to be mean. Like, I can't actually see, but you guys I think can. You can see how many dislikes this live stream has. In the first 5 minutes of the live stream, we get dislikes. Do you know why that is? Because people, someone here watching actually probably, so we are aware of you, congratulations. People hit the bell icon and subscribe to my channel just to immediately dislike my content. Dude, you guys are so in the minority, it doesn't even matter. We don't care about you. If you think that it's like knocking this episode down a peg, it's not. Because you guys it's infinitesimal how much you guys actually affect the channel. But it is hilarious when we upload an episode on this channel and then immediately there are dislikes, and it's because I have pity for those people. I live in your head rent-free. I am such a force to you guys that you have to keep tabs on me multiple times a week, almost every day of the week when I upload content, just to hit the dislike. I feel so bad for you, dude. I pray that you guys, because I know you're going to watch this, and some of you are watching this, I pray you guys find more significance in life. I pray that you guys are more fulfilled in the future. I pray that you guys find happiness in whatever you do so that you guys don't get so triggered over some weirdo with a beard talking about watches with his friends. So, good luck in the future. Rant over. Earth Warrior says a lot of the time they press dislike because they're jealous. That's that's what my mom says. Lava Wolf says Seiko tuna is something especial. I will find my tuna can someday. Amen. It's one of my favorite watches. Kentucky Man 30, certified T3 bot, says hate watching is a very real thing, unfortunately. Yeah, it is what it is. What do I think of the Tissot C-Star 1000 Powermatic 80? Tissot crushes it with the Powermatic 80. My favorite Powermatic 80 is the Lalakla, though. Yeah. The Lalakla. Oh, see, so those people can't have an opinion? I don't know what you are referring. People are allowed to dislike my episode. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm talking about the people that immediately dislike the second we upload because they haven't watched the episode. We have people writing to us weekly telling us, and by us I mean the channel, that they don't watch our episode and they're just here to dislike. That's fine. I mean, if that makes you feel better, then we will take that. Like, we will be your punching bag. If you hit the bell icon just to dislike immediately, and if that makes you feel better, then that's fine. If you watch the episode and you don't agree with something I said and you hit the dislike, that is your prerogative. I'm specifically talking about the people that hit the bell icon waiting for me to upload, then immediately dislike. That is what I'm referring to. So yeah, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I'm gonna blow your guys' mind as well. I am here voluntarily. Okay? So I'm not saying woe is me. I am here voluntarily. No one else is making me go out into the public and put myself on the internet. I am here on my own accord. So don't feel bad for me. I'm doing this to myself. So believe me, if I didn't enjoy what I do, and if I didn't find fulfillment being here, I wouldn't be here. So, I'm not looking for sympathy. EM with Super Chat says I think he means the dislikes are from Daniel Wellington, Movement, and Vincero. Probably. Bad Matt Certified T3 Bot says those Thick Moon supporters hate you for spitting the truth. Dude, don't even get me started. I was not going to bring it up right now. The truth is, I think Bad Matt is right. I think these people believe in Thick Moon. Could you even believe in Thick Moon, dude? These people think the moon is round. What losers. Oh my god, can we get a hashtag flat moon in the comment section? These people don't know the truth and they're scared of the truth. They don't realize that the earth is thick, dude. It's thick earth, bro. We are here for thick earth. The earth is thick. The moon is flat. Hashtag flat moon, guys. Hashtag flat moon. Flat moon in the comment section. We gotta truth this before YouTube censors us. Flat moon, baby. People are scared. They think, oh, we never went to the moon. You can see the wire in this one shot. No, dude. Who are you kidding? We went to the moon. What they don't want us to know is that the moon is flat. Sorry. Flat moon. Reptilians, no. Dean, hashtag reptilians. People are so dumb when they think that they've like debunked us. Oh, we never went to the moon. Oh, the world is flat and the Arctic Circle actually holds everything in so that we don't fall off the side. And then above the Arctic, there are military bases so that we're not allowed to be there. Dude, are you kidding me? The earth is thick. Thick earth. Yo. Thick earth. Hashtag thick earth. Hashtag thick earth. 2 C's. Thick earth in the comment section. The earth is thick. The moon is flat. People don't know the truth. People know the truth, but they don't want to admit it. That's just what happens. Sorry. Truth hurts, guys. Jordan. Certified T3 bot. Jory, people are going to believe you. No, the power. Unlimited power. They're gonna believe you. Thick Earth. Cultural appropriation. These people are appropriating my culture, dude. I'm a reptilian, dude. We all know that Jews control the banks and that Jews are the Illuminati. I agree with that. Dude, you people that are trying to say that the earth is flat and that the moon, that we never went there, you're appropriating my culture because you're trying to say that you know more than an actual reptilian. I'm sorry. The truth is, I've been there. Where do you think we have our meetings? We have our meetings on the flat side of the moon, dude. Reptilian, Illuminati, Jews, that's where we go. Sorry. Don't appropriate my culture. Thick Earth! Woo! The beard covers the chin spikes. Doc, certified T3 says, could write a dissertation on flat mooners. We live in a Truman Show. Hey, Jory, what are you drinking? This is known as a dragon drink. Gato, cue X-Files music. This is a dragon drink that Connie got me, and we just started talking about reptilians. Uh-oh, we're about to get censored. Jory's not just the president of Flat Moon Society, he's also a member. What if the time teller is actually controlling time and everything is illusion? Jay Anderson says. That's where we're holding meetings. Bad Math certified teacher boss says he didn't invent time, he just tells it. He didn't flatten the moon, he just size shames it. Flat Earth, flat moon, who would have thunk? No, dude, you got it all wrong. The world, like the Earth is round. The moon is flat. Flat Earthers are dumb, dude. Flat Earthers, they gotta get their tinfoil off their head, dude. The Earth is round. That's, like, obviously. Why would everything in the solar system be round, but the Earth is flat? The truth is the moon is flat. That's the one discrepancy, okay? Just logic, people. God. It's made from a real dragon, Doc. Almighty Om says, you are so funny. I'm not being... Eric says, finally you admit it all. Oh my god. Earth is cake, moon, hog, duh. Peter. Jory, impressions on the Porsche 944, really into 70s, 80s German car design. So, when I was younger, I was like spiteful for... like towards the 944s and the 928s and stuff because I was like, oh, Porsches have to have rear engines. But now that I'm like more mature, guys, I will be 32 next month. Okay, I'll be 32 next month. Now that I'm more mature and now that I own a 911, I realize that like I actually do kind of appreciate those older front engine Porsches. So, yeah. Sergeant Kong says, Jory the Chosen One. 36 chambers of the Wu, the Ju-Tang Clan, killer bees from the slums of Shaolin. Guys, by the way, real quick, yesterday was my dad's birthday. So can we wish my dad a happy birthday, please? I don't know if he's ever going to actually watch this live stream, but if we could all... wish my dad a happy birthday. That'd be dope in the comment section. Yesterday was his birthday. Mid-engine? No, Porsche's rear engine, baby. Kentucky Man 30 says he has the sickest mustache ever. For real, dude. Full handlebar. Jordan, certified T3 bot, says happy birthday to the dad beast who unleashed the eternal curse of the time teller upon the shivering veil of mortality. JH says happy birthday, Dr. Dad. Ultralux, established 1991, says happy birthday, Mr. T3. H2O Doggy says happy birthday, Papa Time Teller. Michael Westby, certified T3 bot, says happy birthday, Jory's dad. And my daughter Wendy, happy birthday, Wendy. Dean, certified T3 bot, says happy birthday, Mr. Goodman. G Mood, says happy birthday, T3 Pops. EM, happy birthday, Dad. Mike, happy birthday, Time Teller's father. Happy birthday, Papa Time, says Sergeant Kong. You guys rock. Thank you so much. You guys freaking rock. Garf661, happy birthday, your dad. Which watch did you buy him? The newest Cartier Tank XL automatic, actually. Maybe we'll do a review and we'll get his take on it. Jordan says, just noticed the set dressing has changed a bit. Yeah, so the story is, my mom actually went into storage and found a bunch of my old stuff, like from when I lived in New Hampshire. And as you can see, all my Porsche models that I got with my dad and the GT cars up here. Some of my older action figures that I did have. Here's Krang with the Android body. Here's my Ultraman figures, a Porsche 356. I decided, okay, so long story short, my mom found a bunch of stuff from storage, and I decided to kind of change the set dressing up a little bit. Real quick though, if you guys notice, this right here is thanks to you guys. This is my YouTube play button. I got a silver play button for hitting 100,000 subscribers. Christopher, hello from Qatar. What's going on? I was on the fence about putting this up here because I didn't want to be like one of those YouTubers that's like, oh, check it out. But the more I thought about it, I was like, why should I be like coy about it? Like, why should I be like almost embarrassed? Not embarrassed, but like worried about what other people's opinions are about. I didn't want to be like braggadocious, I think. But then I realized like this isn't just for me. This is for you guys. Like this is like we did it. This is like a trophy. So I just wanted to I think I was worried about coming off a certain way, but then I realized that this is kind of the biggest thank you I can give you guys. Do you know what I mean? Like this is for you right here. So I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. Slayer Rule says, oh, you're a basement dweller living with your parents. That explains a lot. Well, I don't live with my parents, but I spend a whole lot of time with your mom. RJ says, Jory, your camera's ever so slightly tilted towards the right. Well, this is a tripod that I use for this. Let me tilt it the other way. Sorry about that. Put it on a chain. Vegan Dragon says, happy birthday, Dr. Goodman, the OG time teller. That's very true, actually. Big Wave Innovation Certified T3 Bot says, what are your thoughts on the Hamilton Intramatic Auto Chrono? Okay, this is a watch. If you are interested, let me actually center it a little bit. If you guys are interested in a modern take on a vintage chronograph, Big Wave, great question. I think that's the one to go with. It is a simple dual register chronograph. It does have a date complication. It's somewhat affordable, hovering around the $2,000 mark. You can get it under $2,000, but you're getting a automatic movement, Swiss-made chronograph. Really nice finishing. I've had the pleasure of wearing a few, and believe me, that would be something I would add to my collection. The Hamilton Intramatic automatic chronograph. It's yeah, incredible. Great choice. JH says, dude, you worked for that recognition from YouTube. If you didn't have quality contact, we wouldn't be watching you. Be proud, my man. It's cool. Thank you so much, dude. Seriously, I decided I shouldn't be bashful about it. This is like a huge thanks to you guys. This is a testament of the fact that I could not ever have done this without someone else. If you are, I think, can I go on a rant? Dean said I could go on a rant. We're at 70 minutes, so I am gonna wrap this up. But here's what I will leave with you guys. I think a lot of us sometimes get into the thought process that you have to do everything alone, and you have to be strong independently, and you have to not be okay with asking for help, and you should be ashamed if you need help, or you should be embarrassed if you had help along the way. And the truth is, I had a pretty much a perfect upbringing. My parents got me everything I could have ever wanted. They were incredibly supportive. I have a very helpful, generous family. And one thing that I realize is that although I look at these businesses that I've started, the Time Teller shop and the Time Teller brand, I look at it and I realize like, oh, I kind of broke off from that and I wanted to do something by myself. I wanted to do something independently. I had like a chip on my shoulder. I wanted to prove it to the people around me that I could build something organically from the ground up without anybody telling me anything, without anybody helping me, without anybody doing anything for me. And I got way out of my comfort zone, and it did work out. It did work out, right? We're step by step, brick by brick, as people say, we are continuing to build this community. But then I realized that, like, really, whether you like it or not, nothing you do is by yourself. You do meet people along the way, and as long as you're receptive to it, they do help you out. And this is proof. Anytime I get into that kind of isolationist thinking, anytime I get into, like, because I told you guys, I live with anxiety and stress and sometimes depression. Like it's not, these aren't things that we should be ashamed of. I think it's very normal, and I think that if more people spoke about it, and if I have a platform to talk about it, then I will be one of the people that I wish I had growing up. Truth is, yeah, I have anxiety. I have depression. I see a therapist. I talk to them regularly. It's nothing you should feel bad about. But when I get into one of these negative headspaces where I feel kind of isolated or alone, I look at that and I realize, like, holy cow, dude. There's over 100,000 people, and we've gained over 60,000 people in less than a year already that have helped me out along the way, that want to see the Time Teller channel succeed. Like, that's a really good feeling. Like, that's like a very, very good feeling. So if there's one thing that I can leave you with today, it's that if you're receptive to it, and if you are tenacious, and if you just refuse to quit, and you keep waking up day after day, trying to do a little more, you will meet people along the way, and you will get help. You don't really do anything alone in life, is what I'm learning. And I'm not perfect, and I don't know it all, but that's, I guess, one thing I realized recently, is that you don't do anything alone. So, yeah, and that's a token of it. So, yeah, 74 minutes. Sorry, I carried it. This was actually supposed to be a mini live stream, guys. What did you do? You tricked me. So, I hope you don't mind that extra little rant. Slayer says, how do I go about purchasing a watch from you? You can check out thetimetellershop.com. Have a few watches there. But, guys, thank you so much. I hope that, I hope that helped you. All right, guys. Yeah, leave a comment in the comment section. We will talk there, of course. And Jordan, you were just so excited I showed up. Sergeant Kong says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and like videos. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you on Monday. We have a very fun Microbrand Monday. And I will tell you that this Microbrand Monday is a watch that I am actually very, very, very impressed by. So this was a good review. Very excited about that. All right, guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Get out of your comfort zone. Tell someone you love them. Tell yourself you love yourself, because with everything going crazy, at the end of the day, you do have yourself. And Unbox the Jew Watch. Gato's editing that one, Jordan. Don't worry, we have that footage. We're going to upload it for the members. All right, guys. I love you. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Bless you guys. I love you. Go get some.